Greetings, everyone. This is Terry Naturally with another edition of Terry Talks Nutrition. We're here every weekend, same time, same station, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. And we're here for you because no one wants to make us healthy. And we have to realize that we have the responsibility and the know-how and the obligation to change our lives so that we are healthy. No one's going to make us healthy. Doctors don't know anything about health or nutrition. Drug companies do not want you to know anything because they love you sick, because they need sick people to sell their drugs to. If everybody was healthy, what would that do to drug companies? If everybody had a healthy blood pressure, healthy liver, healthy metabolism, and they were working to prevent cancer, and we can do all that. We can have healthy blood pressure. We can prevent cancer. Because 98% of all disease is caused by lifestyle choices. It's the lifestyle that we live that causes diseases or improves our health significantly, dramatically. So that's why we're here. We're here to help you understand more about health, more about nutrition, and more what you can do on a daily basis. We are consuming foods in the American diet that's killing us. No, not overnight. It's not like an accident, but over time, by eating those foods that are totally non-nutritious, loaded with chemicals, preservatives, coloring, bad foods, like plenty of carbohydrates that are refined and processed, ultra-processed, and vegetable oils. There is nothing worse than an excessive intake of carbohydrates. Vegetable oils, they're terrible. They're killers. And sugar. Those three cause more damage than anything else. So we have to avoid those if you want good health. And maybe you don't want to give up sugar or excessive carbohydrates or vegetable oils. Hey, that's your choice. I'm only here sending you an alarm that tells you what the experts are saying. I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a researcher. But I'm a messenger. I study all the studies. I study what the doctors are saying, the experts are saying, the researchers are saying. All the alternative doctors, not conventional doctors, alternative doctors who have a different idea of what health is. And I'm just bringing you the news. I'm a newscaster of health and nutrition. So I want to share all this with you. Somebody changed my life many, many years ago to where I was grossly overweight, out of shape, a carboholic. I didn't consume proteins or healthy fats. I ate junk. And I had a junk attitude. I had a junk body. Totally insane the way I ate. And that's what I believe, really, truly, why we have so much violence. Why we have so many people that are homeless. That we don't encourage a healthy diet to maintain a healthy brain, a healthy mental attitude, a healthy mood, and just overall being a happy, outgoing, joyous person. And it all comes from what we eat and how we feel. If you bump into somebody in a grocery store and they bite your head off, I don't think they really mean that, but they're not healthy. They may have pain, and you don't find a person in pain happy. They just can't be happy, and I don't blame them. If they're suffering from a migraine headache, they're suffering from joint pain or some other kind of pain, muscle pain, whatever, they're not happy. People that are sick are not happy. People that are really, really sick can be maybe violent. I don't know. But I think this whole country is going down the toilet because of the American diet. I'd like to stop that as much as I possibly can and help you recover your health, regain your health, regain the vitality that you should have late in life. Like I always say, I want to die young, but at a very old age. And we all should feel that way. We can live a long, long, healthy life if we start now. Doesn't make any difference how old you are or what conditions you are suffering from. If we change all the things that we know we can change, we will be healthy. And we may have abused our bodies for decades, but yet in less than 3 to 6 months, by making gross changes, we can have our health back to the best of our ability. Now, if we have bone on bone in our joints, we're not going to replace that bone on bone with cartilage and a cushioning effect between the bones. It's too late. So much damage is done, but we can be without pain. We can stop the inflammation. We can eat an anti-inflammatory diet. Carbohydrates cause inflammation. Obesity, fat cells cause inflammation. Sugar causes inflammation. Vegetable oils, huge inflammation. And yet all our foods are made with vegetable oils because they're cheap. Soybean oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, which isn't even a food crop, are used in the foods that we eat, and that makes us unhealthy. Well, I better get off my box today and talk to you about some topics that I have on my mind. My featured topic today is how to feed your dog. They're not any different than we are. How to feed your dog healthy fats, not junk fats. And what you should do when you retire. Lift heavy things. Does that make sense? Well, we'll make sense out of that shortly. And how about help for women who are experiencing menopause? How we can help their brain function. And I know you probably don't know it. You never think about it. But you probably are lacking many nutrients without realizing it. Where are you getting them? If you're eating a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of sugar, a lot of vegetable oils, you're getting no nutrients. Our bodies can't survive without nutrients. They're designed to support our body's health. And when we don't have a nutrient like zinc, like selenium, like vitamin B1, over time, things will change in our body, and we'll have symptoms, some very serious, some mild, but we will have symptoms. And then we go to the doctor to wonder why and have diagnosed that symptom, and they classify it as a disease, and then the drug companies are the only ones that can treat that disease, but with drugs. You have a nutritional deficiency causing symptoms, and the only ones that can treat it are drug companies with their drugs. Now, does that make sense? Absolutely not. And what about kidney disease, heart disease, and diabetes? You know what? They're all linked together. And how do you cut your risk for eye disease? And the herb of the day, one of my most favorite herbs, is andrographis. Well, we have a lot to talk about, and I'm sure that we will not get through all of these topics, but I'll save them. I'll bring them up on another show. So let's talk about omega fatty acids. that are truly essential nutrients for dogs. We need all these nutrients, not only humans, but canines as well. Fats are required. They're required nutrients. They're known as essential. That means we can't live without them. We can't live without protein, because in protein we get essential amino acids. There are no essential sugars required by the body, no essential carbohydrates required by the body. All that will come from proteins and fats. And fats are required nutrients for dogs and humans. But really, truly, fats are even more important for dogs than humans. They get 2.5 times their energy levels, more energy from fats than protein or carbs, and fat intake is critical for dogs for energy production, normal development of muscles and nerves, proper functioning of the immune system, and inflammation response. When they don't get enough healthy fats, they have inflammation, cellular inflammation, joint inflammation. They need essential fats for healthy skin and coat, including building the epidermis and the top layer of the skin. Where does your dog get healthy fats? Has your dog ever had a hot spot? A hot spot is an area of red, irritated, weepy skin that your dog will constantly lick and bite, and hot spots are painful. My dog, I have an Australian Shepherd. Bella is 15 years old, and she has a hot spot on her leg, and it's exactly where they put the IV in when she had her hind legs repaired from a meniscus tear and an ACL. The hot spot comes up and she bites it, licks it, and all I do is give her more fats, and I do that by giving her more quality. She loves sardines. She loves salmon, so I make sure she gets sardines or salmon twice a week. She gets healthy fats from good fish. She loves fish. And then I use a comfrey cream on her hot spot, and within a week or two, it's gone. Occasionally it'll come back, and I don't know why it keeps coming back, but I do the same routine. But it works every time. She stops licking it, stops biting it, and it's gone. Now it's exactly the spot where they inserted the IV needle before they operated on her. Now there are other signs your dog needs more healthy fats. Dry and flaky skin. Dull coat. My little girl, Bella, has her coat, she's black. And her coat is just as shiny and full, and it's beautiful. No dermatitis or allergy symptoms. No chronic ear infections. Her ears are as clean as can be. No hair loss, unless I brush her. Then it looks like I have another dog. No dandruff. No slow wound healing. And what about aggression? Low DHA fish oil, omega-6, omega-3. Well, the omega-6 comes from vegetable oils. Too much omega-6 in relationship to omega-3 causes inflammation. Omega-6 is pro-inflammatory. That means it makes more inflammation in your dog. We should have a ratio of omega-6, like 1:2, to omega-3. And because they use so much omega-6 in dog food and human food, because it's cheap. Yes, it's an omega-6. Yes, it's fat. But it's too much of a fat that requires a balance of omega-3. And remember I said it's 1-to-2 ratio? Omega-6 in the American diet and for dogs is about 30 times stronger than omega-3. 30 times higher than omega-3. And has been documented. This has been studied and documented clinically in dogs with an aggressive behavior. Too much omega-6 and no DHA. DHA is the brain nutrient. Now you have to think about, are commercial dog foods a good source of omega fatty acids? Well, both omega-6 and omega-3 are essential, and for humans, essential nutrients. But the ratio is all out of place. We need omega-6, linoleic acid, to omega-3, EPA and DHA. For dogs, for sure. And like humans, they need fats in a healthy balance. Yes, we need omega-6, we need omega-3, but having 30 to 40 times more omega-6 than omega-3 is not a balanced, healthy intake of essential fatty acids. And commercial dog food is mostly omega-6 and very little omega-3. A recent study analyzed dog food and found the average omega-6 was 14 times higher than omega-3. And the average EPA and DHA of omega-3 fatty acids, the real, true fatty acid for brain function, for healthy joints, for coat, for everything, was less than 1%. Actually 0.3 to 0.4. About half, less than 1%. That's unacceptable. Now, how do you supplement omega fatty acids for your dogs? Well, look for a healthy oil, like organic flaxseed oil, organic pumpkin seed oil, sunflower seed oil, sesame seed oils, plus cod liver oil. Now, that's a whole complex of omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids in balance. And this provides a full range. It's excellent. This provides a full range of essential fatty acids of omega-3, omega-6, omega-9, and omega-3, including EPA and DHA. Extremely effective for dogs that are plagued with dry, itchy skin and dull coat, that have allergies. Yes, dogs have allergies too. Frequent hot spots or ear infections. 1 teaspoon daily for dogs at 50 pounds and under. 2 teaspoons daily for dogs over 50 pounds. You might get them to swallow it off the spoon, or you can mix it with their food. It's easy to give it to them, to have them have a balance of the essential fatty acids. Now, what you should do when you retire? Well, you should lift heavy objects carefully. Now, what I mean by that is, even later in life, exercise yields benefits. I know a lot of people run, and that's okay. It's not my choice. And surely, I can't believe how many people don't do anything for a year and then get into a marathon. It's just totally not fit for anybody to do nothing for the year and then all of a sudden get so hyped up doing a marathon. To do a marathon, you have to work and perform months in advance to get ready for a marathon. And marathons are not an exercise. It's grueling. It's stressful. It's not healthy. It's a sport. And if you want to do it as a sport, then you work at it and get in shape to do it as a sport. But it's not a healthy regimen. But weight-bearing exercise is. You need to pit your muscles against the weight. You're not going to be a bodybuilder. Women, you're not going to get big muscles. You're getting stronger. Your bones will get stronger. So to test the effects of resistant training, that means squats. That means doing a deadlift, or even curls, or bench presses, but within your range. You're not a power lifter. You're not a bodybuilder. And if you hire a trainer, they can teach you how to do it. You can learn more on Googling resistant exercise, resistant training, or weight-bearing training. And to test the effects of this kind of training, researchers recruited about 700 recently retired, that means 65 or maybe 70, healthy adults, yes, 64 to 75 years of age. And these participants were divided into 3 groups and given an exercise program to follow for 1 year. And here's the program. Lift weights 3 times a week. Heavy load or a moderate intensity training, usually only body weight and resistant bands. And the third group, no special routine. Just keep up whatever you're doing, whatever fits your schedule. If you want to exercise or don't exercise, that's up to you. No special routine. And each participant's bone and muscle strength was measured at the start of the study and at year 2 and year 4. So the results of this 3-arm study over a period of 5 years, the results were weight training with heavy loads yield long-lasting benefits, even 4 years later. This group's leg strength was unaltered. Now, the group that was a moderate intensity group saw a small decrease in strength, but were still stronger than they had been at the start of the study. Now, those that had no training whatsoever, without strength training, they did just whatever they felt like. No exercise, whatever. People can lose up to 30% of their muscle mass between the ages of 50 and 70. You're getting weaker, more frail. There's more chance to fall. And falling in the elderly is the number 1 cause of death. After an elderly person falls, the chances of living longer than a year is nil. 50% of those that have a serious fall will die within the year. Falling. And why do we fall? We become frail. We lose our strength. We can't go up the steps. We lose our balance. We lose our posture. And that is all critical in staying healthy and strong throughout our lives. Everyone will lose will lose muscle throughout their lifetime. It's inevitable. Unless you do something to maintain the muscle tone and muscle strength. You're not going to get a 6-pack. You're not going to get big biceps. You're not going to be a bodybuilder, but you're going to be stronger. You're going to have better tone to your muscles. You'll be less frail. You'll get out of chairs without somebody having to pull you out of the chair. You'll be able to sit out on the toilet and not have somebody get you off the toilet. You can maintain a healthier life alone in your own home before you end up someplace else. This is just making you healthier, longer, for a more quality of life. Now, I've got to take a break. Don't go away. I've got lots more to talk to you about till the end of the program, which is at the top of the hour. This is Terry Naturally, and this is Terry Talks Nutrition. We'll be back right after these commercials. Stay right where you are. I have a lot more to share with you. And welcome back, my friends. This is Terry Naturally. And we're going to be here until the top of the hour. We're going to bring you a lot more information on health and nutrition. And nutrition is what you need to be healthy. So they are working together, hand in hand, health and nutrition. Without nutrition, we do not have health. So we need to have both. So we're going to talk more about how to help women going through menopause have better brain function. Menopausal women, you are not crazy, and you are not losing your mind. It may seem like that, and some people might accuse you of that, but not at all. Menopausal brain fog, insomnia, mood swings are real. You are not the only one, ladies. And now new research has found an explanation. Researchers conducted brain imaging scans of women, comparing brain structure and activity during their reproductive years and during menopause and about 2 years after menopause. What the researchers found during menopause was that brain cell volume, was reduced in areas of the brain involving attention and concentration, and language and memory. And there were declines in brain energy levels, meaning that the brain was not using fuel as efficiently as it once did. Now, the good news for most women, 2 years after menopause, the metabolic activity of the brain had stabilized, and many had a reversal of the previous loss of brain cell volume. How do we reach this change of brain cell volume? What is menopausal survival plan for brain function and brain fog, loss of memory, an ugly mood? Several things. We're talking about nutrition. And we're talking about black cohosh and red ginseng, 2 herbs. Black cohosh has been used by American Indians 100 years ago, 200 years ago. It's a plant that is considered an American plant, not normally grown in any other country. Black cohosh. Cohosh is spelled C-O-H-O-S-H, and red ginseng together. And a study was done on the combination of these 2 herbs. And after 12 weeks of use, the combination of black cohosh and red ginseng reduced menopausal symptoms about 35% more than black cohosh alone. This combination of black cohosh and red ginseng was especially effective at improving quality of life symptoms, including mood and libido. Greek mountain tea, with bacopa. These are two herbs. Greek mountain tea from Greece, found wild in the mountains of Greece. And bacopa, another herb, which is primarily grown in India. Now, the Greek mountain tea improved reaction time under stress by 50%. In healthy individuals, in combination with B vitamins, and reduced cortisol levels by 17%. And bacopa, spelled B like boy, A like apple, C Charlie, OPA, bacopa, stimulates areas of the brain associated with memory, creation, and storage. And then melatonin. Oh, I love melatonin. People just, I don't know, some people just don't understand the use of melatonin. Well, it has been suggested for so many years for sleep. And that has been ingrained in so many people that it's for sleep. But you have to realize that every cell in our body has a receptor site for melatonin. And it can be used day or night. If you use it during the day, you're not going to fall asleep. That's not the time for it to work, for that indication. Melatonin is a very, very powerful anti-inflammatory, a very powerful antioxidant. It protects all our cells from damage. And when cells are damaged by the environment or by chemicals or pesticide or excessive sun or smoking or obesity, we could eventually have cancer and many other diseases. And here is what the research shows. That at least 3 milligrams of melatonin daily. Yes, take it daily. And don't take it at night. Take it daily. Now, if you want to sleep better, yes, take it at night. But your body needs it all the time. Now, take it daily for a minimum of 3 months. It reduces menopausal symptoms, including hot flashes and sleep disturbances. And another natural nutrient, actually it's a hormone from the adrenal glands called DHEA, for women going through menopause or just not feeling yourself, not happy, kind of an ugly mood. You're depressed. You're blue. Just not you. And you know it. Taking DHEA from 5 milligrams to 15 milligrams daily can change your life. Black cohosh, Greek mountain tea with bacopa, melatonin, DHEA. You can learn to slide through and fly through menopause without any symptoms whatsoever. You know, we all eat food, and we don't know what's in it. We eat it because we're hungry. We don't select food because it's healthy for us. We don't select food because we know it's loaded with nutrition. We select food because it gives us pleasure. We select food because it makes us happy. But that's not the reason we should be selecting food. And you might not realize it, but you are lacking nutrients. How would you know that you don't get enough zinc or you don't get enough of the B vitamins? Well, when you have symptoms because you're not getting enough zinc or the B vitamins, then those symptoms are then treated by drugs. If you go to the doctor and you describe your symptoms, he's going to give you a drug for sure. First of all, because he thinks he's doing a good job. Second, he thinks that doing something is going to make you happier than not. And you think you require a drug because we have been so brainwashed to think that everything that happens to us is because we don't have a drug. Let's have a drug. And all the drug companies tease us with TV ads. Why do you think there's an explosion of Ozempic? Because they tell you that you'll lose weight. People don't take it because of the health benefits. There are very few health benefits, many other side effects. But when they hear, oh, I lost 40 pounds, you hear that from someone in the ad. Oh, you want that drug for sure. There is such a demand for those kinds of drugs today that they can't keep up with the production. Drug companies can't keep up with the production. That's crazy. And you probably are only deficient in nutrients and selecting the wrong foods. Foods make you fat. And the ones that make you fat are carbohydrates, sugar, and vegetable oils. That's what makes us fat. But going on the paleo diet or the Mediterranean diet and the ketogenic diet, these are all anti-inflammatory diets, and you will shed weight like crazy. But people don't want to change their diet. People don't want to change the food that they select. They want to have both. I want to eat all the garbage that I want, all the garbage that makes me feel good, all the garbage that makes me have pleasure, and then I want a drug to take away all the pounds that I'm gaining from eating all the wrong foods. Does that make sense? It doesn't to me. So we have some changes to make. And basically, because we are missing nutrients that we require to be healthy. And some of the reasons why we are eating the wrong food is because we are experiencing hidden hunger. The single most important thing you need to stay healthy is entirely within our control. Really, truly. We make choices every day. I say this all the time. Because it's at our choice that we choose the diet. It's our choice to exercise properly or to just even exercise. It's our choice to choose whatever is what we want. But I hope you start making choices for better food, a better diet. But there are many Americans experiencing hidden hunger. They lack a special nutrient, but without specific symptoms. They lack a key nutrient. In other words, we are taking lots of calories. We're taking in a lot of calories from the junk food. Non-nutritious, does not have enough nutrients in it to make any benefits. And our food is lacking nutrients. We gain weight, but our bodies are actually starving for healthy nutrients. And without proper nutrition, we age faster, have less energy, experience increased risk of chronic diseases. All the diseases that you are fighting probably came from a lack of nutrients, not because God's mad at you, not because you're unfortunate. We select the diet that we choose to eat every day, and we don't care. Don't think about it. You're satisfying your hunger. You're not satisfying your nutritional intake. And some of the most common nutrient deficiencies include iron. Iron is the number one cause of fatigue in women. Folate. Folate is wonderful for depression, to stop depression. Zinc. So many reasons to take zinc: for the immune system, for libido, for healthy skin and nails, all kinds of reasons. Iodine, for a healthy thyroid, and vitamin A to cover so many functions of the body that it's crazy. But we aren't getting all these nutrients, and we avoid some of these nutrients. One dumb, flawed study several years ago implicated iron as a cause of disease. It was not. It was a very bad, flawed study. But then everybody stopped taking iron. No, we need iron every day. And vitamin A. Don't take beta-carotene. Let me say that. Don't take beta-carotene as a source of vitamin A. You will read that beta-carotene is a source of vitamin A. Now it could be, but we don't know if it'll be converted from beta-carotene to vitamin A in your body or my body or somebody else's body. It's a chance you take. If you want to take vitamin A, then take vitamin A. Don't take beta-carotene. And everybody has a multivitamin and mineral supplement from every company, and they use beta-carotene. It is not vitamin A. Not everybody will convert in the body beta-carotene to vitamin A. And only straight vitamin A can work its magic for the immune system. For people that have acne, you can't do that with beta-carotene. Only vitamin A. There's so much value to straight vitamin A than beta-carotene. Now there's a solution to hidden hunger. First of all, eat the best quality of food you can obtain and afford. And eat probably at least 3 or 4 times a day. Not full meals all the time. At least 3 good quality meals. And some snacks in between. Usually when you have breakfast, that'll raise your blood sugar level for about 5 hours. And then it'll come down and crash. Or at least it needs an uptake. So 5 hours after breakfast, we should have lunch. Or a snack. A boiled egg and a piece of cheese. Something small. We need to eat more often, but smaller meals. We don't want to overeat because a healthy body becomes healthier on less food. We have more complications from eating too much food. They tested this on animals, and the animals that they fed 50% less than their mates lived twice as long. Eating too much food ages your body faster. And make sure your food is whole, fresh, unprocessed. Meats, fruits, vegetables. Avoid ultra-processed, refined, packaged industrial food full of chemicals and preservatives and lacking a host of nutrients. If it is wrapped in plastic with microwave instructions, it is most likely not a real food. A good multivitamin and mineral supplement can fill the gaps that you're missing, but don't buy a one a day. You can't put enough nutrients that the body requires daily in a one a day tablet. You just can't do it. The volume is too small. Get one that has 2 to 4 tablets or capsules a day. And it contains a full range of vitamins and minerals at more than 100% of the RDA. The RDA was established to maintain a degree of health, but not optimal health. And nutrients are for everyone. You don't need a vitamin supplement for your age. You don't need a vitamin supplement that is for your gender. You don't need a male daily vitamin or a female daily vitamin. You need actually a multivitamin and mineral supplement for everyone, the same kind of supplement. You don't have different meals for men and women, and you don't have different products for men and women. The nutrients in the optimal forms of absorption and efficiency, active forms of B vitamins and chelated minerals, and say no to gummies. Yeah, I know you love sugar, but sugar is something you want to give up. And gummies are loaded with sugar. It's an easy way to take junk and get some of your nutrients. But it's the least healthy of all supplements in the industry. They frequently contain tons of sugar, high fructose corn syrup, artificial colors and flavors, and very, very low on vitamins and minerals, and really low on the minerals, especially iron. This is not good health. You need to take a clean tablet or capsule. It has the least amount of excipients and no sugar, no chemicals, no preservatives. Now, kidney disease, heart disease, and diabetes are all linked together. Usually diabetics in time may have kidney disease or heart disease. Kidney function, heart function, and blood pressure are linked. Last year, the American Heart Association created a term called cardiovascular kidney metabolic syndrome. Well, that's a mouthful. That's a new disease. Cardiovascular kidney metabolic syndrome. To describe patients who have at least two of these three diseases, heart disease or kidney disease or diabetes. All three symptoms, all three systems, heart function, blood sugar levels, and kidney function are all relatively closely connected. What affects one can lead to problems with the others. Adults with diabetes are twice as likely to have heart disease or stroke versus people with normal blood sugar levels. Folks, you don't know what you're getting into. If you don't change the way you eat, if you don't change the way you live, you're going to be saddled with a stroke, heart disease, heart attacks, kidney disease. Is it worth it? And you can have a better quality of life if you change your life. Adults with high blood pressure are 2 to 3 times more likely to experience heart failure than people with normal blood sugar levels. 50% of patients with advanced kidney disease will also have heart disease. Up to 40% of people with type 2 diabetes will eventually experience kidney failure. You see what you're looking forward to? And you don't have to have type 2 diabetes. It's optional. It's the way we eat that causes type 2 diabetes. Lots of sugar, lots of carbohydrates creates diabetes type 2. We don't need it. When you go to the doctor and he does a simple blood test and sees your blood sugar level sky high, you got type 2 diabetes. You do not. You're just eating too darn much sugar and carbohydrates that causes the sugar to be in the bloodstream and nowhere else for it to go. It's overloaded the insulin reaction. And the cells become resistant to insulin. So keep your heart and kidneys healthy. There are several things you can do. Lose weight. Obesity causes inflammation. And inflammation causes high blood sugar levels, are the drivers that end in high blood pressure, kidney disease, and heart disease. So step 1, lower your blood sugar levels. Stop eating sugar. lower your level of carbohydrates. And then there's an herb called Hintonia, 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 effectively lowers blood sugar levels, 100 milligrams up to 3 times daily, with over 60 years of research shows that it works. Cut dietary sugar out of your life. And step 2, keep the heart and kidneys healthy with coenzyme CoQ10. In a clinical study in patients with chronic kidney disease, low CoQ10 levels, supplemental CoQ10, decreased the signs of kidney damage and reduced the progression to advanced kidney disease. In adults with heart failure, supplemental CoQ10 slowed disease progression and reduced risk of heart failure by over 40%. Take 100 milligrams of CoQ10 along with gamma-cyclodextrin to boost absorption daily. And that, my friends, I've got about 5 seconds to get out of here. So I just wanted you to know that, say a prayer for this crazy, crazy world. We've got to do something to turn this around. God bless you, my friends, and God bless this great country.
Thank you for listening to Terry Talks Nutrition Weekly Show. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform, including Apple, Google, and iHeartRadio.